because it's someone that we don't cover often, though we have covered them a couple times before. So this is from Josiah Rises. This video is entitled, Trump is about to use martial law to seize election according to insiders. Let's see if he's in favor of a fascist coup or what.
We have some absolutely crazy news to talk about in this video. Is Trump about to pull out the ultimate big guns to ensure that this election was done properly, that it was a fair election? It is entirely possible. I don't know. There's this clip that is going around here of this guy who works for True News, who is talking about the possibility of President Trump's...
True News. Hold on, I gotta see what True News. Is there like a Wikipedia page so I can find out about him? True News. It's just that. True News. Wikipedia. Rick Wiles. There we go. Rick Wiles is a far-right American political commentator, non-denominational senior pastor at Flowing Streams Church in Vero Beach, Florida, and a conspiracy theorist, radio host, and pundit. He's the founder of True News, a website promoting racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Wiles has said that, oh boy, Wiles has said that Jews seek to obtain control of countries to kill millions of Christians, and has described Jews as, quote, deceivers who plot, lie, and they do whatever they have to do to accomplish their political agenda, end quote. In February 2020, True News was permanently banned from YouTube. Jesus Christ. So they're like anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. And this is the source that this Chud YouTuber is using to try and say Trump is going to declare martial law. What a shock. It's almost like conspiratorial, anti-Semitic, Nazi-type people and internet chuds who complain about, like, Brie Larson are very, very similar. That's a lot of what this guy does, by the way. He does, like, media stuff as well. He also covers news, but, like, he does...
Matthew McConaughey, that man...
He does, like, the get woke, go broke bullshit along with Jeremy, and he does, you know, movie reviews and complains when women are in movies. So.
Whooping in, seizing all of the Dominion machines with the military, and making sure that everything was completely fair with the election. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know if this guy is telling the truth. He might be completely crazy. I just have to give that disclaimer.
The anti-Semitic conspiracy theories would point towards that. It took me 5 seconds to Google this guy and find out about him. Why did you do literally zero due diligence before you decided to report on this nonsense? Seriously?
Disclaimer here, I'm not saying that what this guy is saying here is fact. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just making that clear for YouTube and for, you know...
This is the laziest, like... attempt to eschew accountability for your reporting. I hate this. I hate this, hate this, hate this. If you are someone who is a talking head like this, and this includes me too, and if I come out and I'm like, well, I'm not saying this is true, I just find it interesting, I'm just asking questions, it's completely dishonest. It's completely dishonest. You wouldn't cover this if you didn't think there was some kernel of truth to it. Now, it's fine if you cover something you don't, like, believe and you, like, critique it, and that's the entire point, is to refute what it's saying. But if you show a video and you try and take an air-quote neutral stance and just say, I don't know, maybe, then you're implicitly saying that you think this thing is true. You are spreading the message that that thing is trying to get out there. So if you don't think it's true, you shouldn't report on it. Or, if you think it's untrue, you should try and refute it in some way and call it out. But that's not what this person is doing. They're trying to report on this because they want it to be true, and then they're trying to distance themselves from their own actions by claiming, I don't know if this is true, I'm just reporting on it. It's so stupid. I just canceled out Tim Pool's entire shtick. I talked about this the last time we did a Tim Pool video, too. He does the same thing. He tries to disavow. He does a thing, and then disavows. It's weaselly. Stand by the things you say, or don't say them in the first place.
The Supreme, Susan, and everything else, just making that clear. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this guy, what he's saying here is true. I just don't know. But we're gonna watch this clip here and listen to what he has to say. Apparently, he has some inside sources who are telling him some very spicy things about what could be coming down the pipeline. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this.
Well, I got a text today from a business friend in Michigan. I'm not going to give names. I'll protect confidentiality. And he just passed on to me what was said to him this afternoon.
By the way,
So this is double, triple hearsay? This guy heard another guy say something to him. Groundbreaking journalism.
I'm just going to say this right now. What he is about to say is absolutely insane. So the fact that he is talking about it in this way on air seems a little weird to me. I don't understand why he would be doing that. Doesn't seem like that's really a smart idea. So
Let me see what's being reported on his website, just to get a glimpse of the kind of bullshit he pushes, okay? Let's find out, shall we? Apparently it's anti-Semitic, so I'm not putting it on screen unless it's something that I know is, like, not TOS, but let's take a look at the website and see what they have to say. Conspiracy theories. This one says, in like Flynn, will U.S. troops oversee second election in swing states? EMP alert, Washington on edge as hackers penetrate nuclear secrets. Former CEO Patrick Byrne claims Men in Black asked him to bribe Hillary Clinton. CCP members of commies embedded in West. Oh, no. There's an article about Hunter Biden, which I would imagine doesn't talk about his ginormous wang. It's all bad. Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh. Ooh. Yeah, nope. Again, Josiah Rises, which is the name of this YouTube channel we're taking a look at now. Take 5 seconds to check your sources before you spread bullshit. You're literally spreading fake news. This is what gets to me about right-wingers, is they're like, oh, fake news, AP is fake news. And then they'll literally take news bullshit from some rag like this and be like, I don't know if it's true, but here, I'm gonna spread it to all my viewers. Absolute bullshit.
I mean, it's very possible this guy could be just completely crazy. I'm just pointing that out, okay?
This is today in the afternoon. He received a UPS delivery, and the UPS driver was female and a regular driver to his business. And the driver said that her son had been in the Marine Corps and that...
So this is another level of hearsay. He's saying that there's a delivery driver. So there's a delivery driver who works for the post office who has a son. The son told her, who told a guy, who told this guy, and now Josiah is talking about it.
Today he was ordered to report to duty in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yes.
And when he got to the reporting station, he called his mother and said, the building in the parking lot is full of men who've been activated.
Frenzy of activity.
Okay, so that's a phone call. That was a text I received today from a business friend in Michigan, and this is something he heard directly from the mother of this soldier.
So, I mean, that's pretty crazy stuff. If this is indeed true, like, if this is actually something that's going on where these soldiers are being summoned, that sounds crazy, and it's gonna get even more crazy. Listen to what this guy has to say next.
Now, what's going on in Michigan? I don't know. But I will tell you this. I called a friend who was involved in the Trump campaign at a fairly high level to tell him about that message.
I'm shocked to find out that anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist happens to have friends inside the Trump campaign. What a coincidence.
And before I could tell him the message,
Yeah, message for you.
he had a message for me, and the two messages went dovetail. And he interrupted me. I called him and I said, hey, I got to tell you something. He goes, wait a minute, let me tell you this. He goes, I was just told that President Trump is going to declare limited martial law in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia.
Specifically the states he lost. Swing states that he lost. If this happened, oh my god. It would be the worst thing a United States president has done in a really, really long time. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine? It would be the end of the country. That would be the installation of a dictator.
I think he also said Arizona. And I said, what's going on? He said, troops are going to seize the election offices, and he wasn't sure if what he was told was whether they're going to.
Okay, so so this is just crazy, man. So you know he's talking about like this guy who works for the Trump campaign who's apparently just telling him this, just like saying, oh yeah, you know, we got troops that are gonna be seizing all these machines and stuff. I mean, it seems a little weird to me. I don't know if what this guy is saying is true or not, but there's a part 2 here as well that we can take a listen to as well.
Soily1 asks, can Trump do that before the end of his term to keep himself in? It would be very unlikely. The military is already, military leaders have already chimed in on this and basically said, before the election, they're like, hey, we're not doing shit, basically. They said, you know, the electoral process is what it is, and we're not going to interfere. So, unless they somehow removed everyone from medium up in terms of leadership in the military and installed a bunch of Trump loyalists, no, I don't think that's likely at all. Maybe they'll seize the means of production. I doubt it. If it's Trump supporters, they'd probably take a bunch of people's houses and give them the rich people to rent them out back to them.
The first part of it is still like a section from this one, so we're just going to kind of skip ahead here.
He interrupted me. I called him and I said, hey, that President Trump is going to declare limited martial law in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. And I think he also said Arizona. And I said, what's going on?
I like the fact that he says, I think he also said Arizona. Because if someone said to me that I trusted and called me and was like, hey, the president's about to basically install a dictatorship, I think I'd remember what was said in that conversation. I think it would be a pretty distinct flashbulb moment if I was being told by someone reliable that the president was about to install himself as dictator via coup. Via military coup.
He said, troops are going to seize the election offices, and he wasn't sure if what he was told was whether they're going to, military troops are going to oversee a recount or a revote. And he wasn't sure on that, because I pressed him on that. I said, you're talking about a recount?
You can't do that. The Constitution spells out when you can vote. They say when Election Day is. It already says all that shit. You cannot do this.
Count of the existing votes or a revote? And he said, I'm not real sure. He just said they're going to recount the election.
So, this is just crazy stuff. You know, I don't know. We don't have any evidence to support any of this. I live in Michigan. I live
Then why cover it?
fairly close to Grand Rapids.
Oh, this is another chud who lives in Michigan? You think this guy and John Doyle hang out?
So I don't know if...
Why do I live in a state with so many fascists?
I mean, I haven't heard anything about any of this. I haven't heard anything like this. So, I don't know if and I don't understand exactly why they'd be going to Grand Rapids when most of the supposed fraud that took place happened in Detroit and stuff. So, I'm not sure. I don't know if any of this is true.
Most of the fraud happened in Detroit because that's where a lot of non-white people live. They're not even... The mask is barely on. I swear to God.
I don't know. We're just kind of in the wait and see game right now, so we're just gonna have to wait and see if any of this actually plays out to be true, or if this guy is just a complete crazy person. I don't know.
It's that one. I actually don't know if that guy's crazy or if he's a straight up grifter. It could be a mix of the two. Maybe like a little bit of Alex Jones going on. I don't know. Either way, he's wrong.
Who this guy is, I don't know really anything about True News, to be honest, either.
Google it! I took 5 seconds to Google it on stream. It would not have been difficult to be like, oh, who is this guy? Oh, anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist? I probably shouldn't give this guy a platform.
So I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. He could just be saying a bunch of BS. That is entirely possible. I mean, it is entirely possible. It seems like there's a few things in the story that don't quite add up to me. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he is telling the truth. Maybe he does have some sort of secret inside information about what is going on. But either way, if this actually happens, if President Trump actually does this, if he actually declares a limited martial law to get a proper vetting of the election.
Proper, meaning he wins. It's only proper if Trump wins.
That's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be absolutely crazy if that actually...
Notice that he's saying crazy. He's not saying bad. He's not saying this would be an immense abuse of executive power to try and use the military to force a revote on the president's terms outside of the Constitution. He's just like, this would be crazy. It would be a fucking nightmare is what it would be. And let me be clear, I don't think any of this is going to happen. It's coming from the mouth of a batshit conspiracy theorist, right? It's not going to happen. But this Josiah guy should be absolutely ashamed that he's giving a platform to this and just, like, letting it go. And not even bringing any sort of concern to the kind of horrific event this would be in American history if this were to happen. How disgusting.
Actually happens. Honestly, personally, I wish that would happen so that we could actually put all this behind us once and for all.
Oh, great. It's not just that he's gonna be like, I don't know, that's crazy. He's gonna be like, yes, this is good. Please, Daddy Trump, boot neck now.
And know exactly what happened during this entire election process. But we'll have to wait and see if what this guy is saying is true or not. I've been hearing some other things of a bunch of people in higher positions in Washington, D.C. talking about Trump's executive order. There have been a lot of tweets about that going around today as well. People just mentioning Trump's executive order. And everybody's like, okay, which executive order here? What is going on? Is it the executive order of 2018? I don't know. It's possible. That being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Let me know if you think that what he's saying is true or not. Do you think that he's just making all this stuff up, or do you think that it's actually based on facts? It's hard to tell, but I do want to hear your guys' opinion on that. So
it's literally not hard to tell if you did any sort of looking into him. I'm not even saying you don't need to. You saw me do it on stream. It took 5 seconds. It took 5 seconds to look at a source for this claim. But you gotta churn out content. You gotta put a bunch of bullshit out there so your dumb Chud audience clicks on your videos. Absolute ass.
Matthew McConaughey.
Look at this guy's videos. Celebs are crap. Jamila Jamil shreds Hollywood in brutal interview. Fosse cancels Christmas. I hate. Did this guy steal his idea for how to do thumbnails from the quartering? Kind of looks like it. Elon Musk wrecking some fools. Jesus Christ. All right, moving on.